This is ZEN News Breakfast with Bill Neeson and Susanna Dawson, live from ZEN HQ in Bristol.
Good morning and welcome to ZEN News Breakfast. I'm Bill Neeson.
And I'm Susanna Dawson.
Coming up in our top news stories today, a pregnant woman in Yorkshire has been rescued after her house caught fire late last night and is said to be lucky to be alive. She is in hospital and in a critical condition.
The leaders of the world are expected to meet this afternoon to discuss the problems in East Africa. Poverty and the death toll continue to increase due to the spread of HIV and AIDS-related diseases. The emergency meeting comes as the DEC has released a statement saying that 10 million people remained grave and in need of long-term aid in order to rebuild their livelihoods.
A teenager in the US who is suing their parents after leaving home has lost the first round in their legal case. Their 18-year-old has demanded $650, equivalent to £390, in weekly child support. The judge says that her suit could lead to a slippery slope. The case returns to court in 2 weeks' time.
Now on to our main news stories of the programme. We've received confirmation that UE student Emily Parsons has completed the hugely popular game Candy Crush. Over to Zoe Moulding, our reporter in the field.
Candy Crush, the new internet sensation, a very addictive game which is very hard to complete, and Emily Parsons has just completed all the levels. Candy Crush is a match-free puzzle video game released by the developer King on April 12, 2012 for Facebook, and on November 14, 2012 for smartphones. As of March 2013, Candy Crush is the most popular game on Facebook, with 46 million average monthly users. We have just had a confirmed sighting of Emily Parsons at the top of Brighton Road. Oh, look, here she is now! Emily, can you confirm that you completed Candy Crush for me?
No.
How much money did you pay for the lives?
No comment.
Did you complete it last night? How long did it take you? Give us some answers, Emily, come on. Don't tell us to leave you alone. Can you comment? Comment to us.
Leave me alone.
I'm now here live at Bristol's UE campus to speak to Gavin Picknell, a housemate of Emily Parsons, who has recently, as shown in my report, completed Candy Crush. Hello Gavin, how are you today?
Hey, I'm good, thank you. Are you?
I'm really good, Gavin. Oh, have you ever been on television before?
Well, actually, I was on television once, on X Factor. I'd love to sing for you if you have the time.
Oh, unfortunately, Gavin, I'm sorry, but we have to talk about Emily Parsons today. Maybe another time, dear.
Okay.
So when did you find out that Emily Parsons had completed Candy Crush?
Well, she wasn't spending a lot of time with me and my housemate, Chantel. So...
Oh, that's not very nice.
No, it's not. And I heard a scream one night and I thought, oh, maybe it was her boyfriend, but usually when she's with her boyfriend it sounds a bit fake. So I opened the door and then she ran out in clothes, surprisingly, and she said she finished Candy Crush. So I was just like, okay.
Wow, you must think that is quite an accomplishment.
Well, she certainly has a lot of free time on her hands.
Did you like the comment that she put on Facebook that she had completed Candy Crush?
I saw it.
Okay, well thank you Gavin, that was great to speak to you today. And now we're going to go back to the studio with Bill and Susanna, and that's all from me in Bristol.
Shout out to my homegirl Chantel, girl, love you.
Thanks, Zoe. Now, with over 30 million average monthly users, the photo messaging app Snapchat is becoming more and more popular every day. However, is it used for the right reasons? We have received reports today that a Bristol resident received a Snapchat of Emily in a provocative pose late last night. We have an interview with the recipient of this photo. Their voice has been altered as they wish to remain anonymous. I should warn you, this report contains graphic content.
So it was really quite late last night and I was just about to go to bed when my phone had gone off and I'd seen that I had a Snapchat from Emily, and it was a topless selfie that she'd sent me with the caption below saying, "Come over," with a wink face.
And did you go to see her?
I didn't know, and anyway, to be honest, she retracted the offer when she'd seen that I'd screenshotted it. But to be honest, I'm not really that kind of guy.
Coming up next on the show, we have our weekly fashion segment with the lovely fashion blogger, Nyasha. Over to you, Nyasha.
Now, let's find out what's new in this season with Nyasha. What is in this season?
So, last week, Emily hashtagged her very first OOTD. And for those of you who don't know what that means outfit of the day. and she was wearing a really nice green coat, which is very inspirational and is so in trend right now because everyone on the fashion blogs and the catwalks are talking about it. And today we've got 3 models who are modelling a similar coat to Emily's. First up, we've got Talia. Now, this coat is from Harvey Nichols for £250. It's really expensive, but you can get a cheap one from Primark for only £20.
That's really good.
Yeah, I really like the leather detail because it's quite similar to what Emily was wearing as well.
It's quite rock chicky as well.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
nice touch to it.
Thank you, Talia. Next up, we have Charlie. She is wearing a coat from Sainsbury's. This coat was only £15, so if you're a student and you're on a budget, you can get this beautiful coat, and it's a great bargain as well because you can wear it as absolutely anything, and it's warm as well for the winter.
I know I'm going to be doing my shopping later.
Same. Thank you, Charlie. And finally, we have Joanne. Now, she's wearing a coat from Barber. This coat costs £100. Like, look guys, I know it sounds like a lot, but it is a really nice coat and it's comfortable and it's warm. It's just a good classic blue coat.
It looks like it will go with anything as well.
It does.
It's
and
not
it,
a bright green colour. It's
Yeah.
quite neutral. I like it.
and it suits all body shapes as well, so don't be worried if you're, if you're not really confident with your body. This coat will just look fabulous on you. Thank you, Joanne.
Thanks, Nyasha. I think you should get yourself one of those coats.
I think I might, especially the one from Sainsbury's. What a bargain.
Do you reckon they do them for men?
No, Bill.
More fashion news, same time next week. And if you can't wait that long, check out Nyasha's blog at nashfash.com.
Next on ZEN News Breakfast, Bill and Susanna return with this morning's final story.
Now on to our final story of this morning.
We have had a new development about the war between Country A and Country B. The UN has released a statement. They suggest the war is not meant to be won, it is meant to be continuous. Hierarchical society is only possible on the basis of poverty and ignorance. This new version is the past, and no different past can ever have existed. In principle, the war effort is always planned to keep society on the brink of starvation. The war is waged by the ruling group against its own subjects, and the object is not victory over either Eurasia or East Asia, but to keep the very structure of society itself intact.
This brings us to the end of ZEN Breakfast. We'll be back at 12 with your lunchtime news, but until then, it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. Have a beautiful Zen day.